What was that?
All right, our agenda. All right, if I could have all of you open up your digital lab notebook. I want to finalize some of the edits that we started the other day. I know we spent a lot of time going through some of those edits. We're going to get those wrapped up today. I think we were on this page. We created a page 16 or slide 16. And so with our sizing up the solar system activity, we kind of summarized that. We then went and took activity 2, how big, how far, how old. We did some screenshots of that and dropped it in our lab notebook. And then the third page that we created, we put at the top Earth rotates. The information we put in the Earth rotates section was Earth is not flat. There are different time zones that exist. Daylight hours change throughout the year, and the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So that's our information that we have thus far from that activity. We are now on activity 4, Earth rotates and it orbits. I would like for you to make a text box that says that very thing. I'll zoom in here so that all of you can read what I got going on. I'm hoping you can read that a little bit better. So create a text box that says activity 4, Earth rotates and it orbits. And I'm gonna do a highlight color of that whole slide. Nope, I'm not.
What is it again?
Slide 16. Activity 4 should be added on slide 18 because slide 16 was what we did the other activity on.
Nope.
Yours is still loading? So in our lab notebook, we're going to summarize the work that we do. We're going to draw conclusions and build consensus. And any of the consensus building that we do, we're going to put inside of our lab notebook. So that's what we did the other day. We got 4 bullet points related to what we had discovered from the Earth rotates activity. And today we will put our consensus in here as well for activity number 4. Also recall that we have a table of contents. So activity number 1, sizing up our solar system. I'm going to go all the way back here to my table of contents. And I put our sizing up the solar system activity on there based on the date, but then I never put a page number. And so in our lab notebook, it was page number 16. If I write 16 in there, I push Control K to develop a link. And I want to go to a slide in the presentation. So I scroll down to slide number 16. I apply. Now when I'm in present mode, if I click on that 16, or if I'm not even in present mode, if I click on slide number 16, it'll take me right directly to that slide. So there I'm at my activity and the information that I put in my slide. Slide number 17 is activity 2, how big, how far, how old. So again, I can go all the way back up here to the top. I have how big, how far, how old in my lab notebook. It was page 17. I'm going to highlight the text I just made, push Control K. I'm going to click on slides in this presentation. I'm going to scroll down to slide 17, and I'm going to apply that. So now when I just click on that 17, it shows me slide number 17. I can click on it. It'll take me right directly to that activity. So we're just making a whole bunch of links inside the document. Today is 9/23. And our activity for today is worksheet number 4, Earth rotates and it orbits. And that was slide number 18. I make 18 in there. So now each one of those sections that I put in here, each one of those numbers that I put in here are linked. I see that Kayla just joined.
Yeah.
Okay, Kayla, this is where we are right now. We read the paragraph that I wrote in the stream at the top of our Google Classroom. So under the stream, there's a paragraph that's written right there. We read that. And then once we got done reading the paragraph, we went into our digital lab notebook for our warm-up, and we were working on our edits for our digital lab notebook. We put on slide number 16, our activity 1, sizing up the solar system materials. We summarized the materials that we learned from that. Slide number 17, we put the how big, how far, how old screenshots that we had created in our lab notebook. And right now we are working on linking those two documents back to our table of contents. We also added activity 3, Earth rotates, and summarized activity number 3. And right now we are preparing for what we're going to be doing today with activity number 4, which is Earth rotates and it orbits. And then we've got a text box down below that's going to be our consensus that we build with that Earth rotates and it orbits document. We're on slide number 18 for that. And so in our table of contents up here at the top, we put Earth rotates and it orbits as our document. We said what page it was in inside of our lab notebook, and then we linked it. And we just simply clicked on the slides in the presentation and scrolled down to slide number 18 and apply. So when I click on this, it's going to take me right to slide number 18. All right, now once we have that done, we are going into our Google Classroom. Under the Classwork tab, there is, under the Space Systems, there's activity number 4, Earth rotates and it orbits. You're going to click on that. You are going to open up that document. And I would like for you to spend the next half hour completing questions 1 through 6 on this. Yep, 1 through 6. In exactly a half hour, we are going to look at these, and we're going to finish them by developing a consensus on what everyone has been able to observe. Mr. Eli, you got to go to the Google Classroom to get to this document.
Oh, I just made my own.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you can upload it to our Google Classroom, it's fine that you made it. Yes, sir, Mr. Jason.
Was this assigned for a different date?
I may have been. I might have put it in there as a date that I was expecting that we were going to do it, and then we had a whole bunch of issues with seniors and stuff. So if you've already moved ahead and started working on it,
I'm already done.
then you are ahead of the game then.
Okay.
Nobody else has done that because they didn't look at the assigned date when I failed to change it. So a half hour, finish this up individually. When you are done, make sure you submit it. And we'll develop our consensus off of the work that we do here.